Welcome to the ultimate cat guide of Cronos The New Dawn. Today I will show you where you can find all the cats. And if you really want to have everything, feel free to check out the 100% guide on the channel. We start with the first cat, and that we can get after we picked up the store key. And then of course we have to do a bit of backtracking again. So use the store key to get farther here. Don't let the trophy counter down there on the bottom right confuse you. That display was just from the 100% walkthrough. Take out the enemy here or just run past to get back into the store. And there you can then of course use the key to move on. The first cat is actually not visible because it lies exactly in the path in front of you and you can practically only trample over it. And that is why we grab the key back here and first open the door here. Then you go through here, and once you have gotten through, the enemy can't follow you anymore. And here at the staircase you turn around, you get the first cat, and it's sitting right here on the floor. You really can't miss it, and certainly didn't miss it. So we move on to the second cat. The second cat, Mela, you can reach when you have the bolt cutter for the first time. And you get that when you are at the hardware store and can of course loot a bunch here and also pick up the second cat. Because then we can run back with a bolt cutter and open another door that maybe you missed before. Take the loot here, I'm just looting the jobs here, but when you go out, just go back along the main path, so to speak. So run through here once, we were just in this shop now, and now we go all the way back. This was the hardware store. That is where we got the bolt cutter. Run through here once and you come back out this main square. And now we go all the way back and can use the bolt cutter there to get cat Mela. So we head there, of course, take to your heels here, up the stairs, and back here is the mentioned door. And there we use the bolt cutter and can find the next cat. Yes, wonderful. Thus we have already basically packed 2 cats in the bag and can then continue to the third cat. The third cat, Karol, we find after we were down here in the basement. You surely remember a bunch of enemies spawn there, and then you can go back out. The third cat is also basically not missable because she practically already runs across your path here. And you then just have to follow her. If you run after her, open the gate here, and you will see she runs quickly over to the playground, and of course we run there too. We can pet her there once and also put her in the bag, and then we will see her again in the cat room. So pet her once here, and of course also pick up the core afterwards. Cat number 4, Cynamon, we find when, we need to switch the power for the train back on. And when you are at the second point and have activated the second power point, then you can get that. Namely, when you then walk back, watch out, some enemies will come here when you are on the way back to the station, to the subway station. Really be careful. There's a lot going on here and many enemies on the wall also come to life. So really be careful not to get caught here and then run completely back to the subway station. Go all the way through here once, and because you have now switched on the power, you can previously still get a cat. Because by switching on the power, that one door is open and we already heard a cat meowing there earlier. So go all the way back after you switched the second power switch. Watch out, more enemies come here and deal with them quickly. Once you have beaten all the enemies, don't go straight into the subway now and do not ride into the next area. But first walk through here, and when you then come out, you can open this door in the back again. And there you will find the next cat and of course also a lot of loot. Above all, also take the transmitter with you here, so you also have it later for the trophies. And we go directly on with cat number 5. Cat 5 you can only get much later, namely when you have the gravity boots. Then you can get cat number 5, namely Merlin. To do that, just follow the main path further, and you can then use the gravity boots to push yourself across here and follow the path. It's still the main path, and there is an immediate branching via the gravity boots where the cat is, and you can quite easily miss that. So first run all the way through and you can activate the anomaly here. I left it a little longer on purpose so you can find it well. Just keep going and you can push yourself over here to the next platform. Once you have arrived down there, keep following and follow this path further and further, because you can then immediately pick up the next cat here. Run all the way through here and you then come into the next area. It takes a little, but of course we will pick up the next cat soon. There is still a document here and some loot. Grab all of that and use it a bit for orientation. You can then just jump down through this hole and land in the next section. Yes, here we continue on the way to the cat. So turn around once, quickly take the database entry, and then we can continue to the cat. Namely, if you now walk through the door here, that should be green for you now. Then we come out on the other side and are back in the safe room. Yes, now we go back again and can then go along back here. As I said, it's important that we already have the gravitation boots beforehand and then follow the main path here. And here it then continues. Go across here once and here we can then shoot ourselves to the next platform, namely over there. And then turn around once more and then over there. Yes, that's where we are going now, and now it gets tricky. There are two ways here and you do not go to the right here, but you go this way and once press on the wall, climb up and then press again, and then you are on the right path to the cat. Run all the way through here, then of course use the next gravity point in the back and deactivate the anomaly up here. So you can then come across to the gravity point and there is the next cat right away. Namely, when you have arrived here, go across, use the gravity boots, and then you are in the right spot. She is already standing down there. And here we now jump down and can then of course go to Merlin and stroke him nicely and then send him back to the cat room. Keep in mind that there is still quite a bit of loot and a few databases entries here, and of course pick up Merlin and the core. And we move on to the next cat. Cat number 6 we actually find fairly easily, namely when you go through here to activate the switch. And especially at the last switch, when you have crawled through the hole here, that should tell you something. Especially with that yellow light, it's pretty noticeable. And here we can then squeeze through and then activate the last switch, so that we later can power the station back on, where we then always perform the extraction. In this door here on the right, which currently does not open yet, there is a cat inside and the door only opens once you have switched on the power, or, well, the switch. Go through here once, feel free to cap the chemicals and then through the door in the back. And there you will find the big computer to switch the transit system back on. Thus we have toggled the switch and the power comes back. Now we could actually go on to the right where the door opens. But we first go all the way back and can then of course open the door in the back area where the cat is locked up. And we will of course free it. Naturally, being animal rescuers like we are, we open the door and stroke the cat in the back and then of course send it back to the cat room. Grab the energy here, and around the corner the little stray is sitting and we take him with us. Cat 7 is Goose and you can only get him once you are heading towards the hospital. So play a bit further and you come out at this point, and there's actually a nice hiding place that you can very easily miss. Because when you come out here, you should actually go straight through here to this red light. But up in the corner to the left, you see behind some wooden beams a gravity point. And we want to of course use that to get over there, because that is the way to the next cat. So so don't miss it if you are on the way to the hospital. Jump over here with the gravity boots, and then we come out and can grab the next cat. Is directly on the way there. I take it through here, and yes, in the room back there, she's already sitting. Grab the next kitty cat here, and it sends her back to the cat room. And so that's done too, only 3 left, and I will show you those now. Cat 8 we only find again in the hospital, quite a bit into the game, namely when we have to produce the toxin. There's a room where we can go through and move the cupboard here. And behind this cupboard you can go right once and follow the path here. And here you will then automatically find the next cat. You have to go through once, walk along here once, and you will essentially find the cat by itself. Because she's really lying right on the way to the main quest, and you can then take it. Really pretty much at the end of the hospital. Be a bit careful there, don't search at the beginning, but rather pretty much at the end of the hospital, when you basically already have the last toxin. Then you can make it here, or rather stroke the cat once you have made it. She sits in that room and we can pick her up there. So that's done. 2 cats left, and the next cat is again relatively far away, a good stretch after the hospital. After we also have the weapon to, yes, so to speak, generate electricity. Now we go through here, follow this path completely, and we of course have to generate power for the train again. For that you go in here once and of course use the bolt cutter to open the whole thing. Then go through here once, you come through a nasty cave. I quickly skipped enemies, then run the round here, and it's pretty tricky to see, especially because of the darkness. Back there in the corner there is still a heater, which you can of course take with you. If you have the heater in your bag, go back here, then right around the corner. Straight through here, watch out, there are still some enemies around here, also on the walls. Above all, be a bit careful there, then go through here and follow the path in the back left corner. And yes, then you have almost made it. You should also take the energy bank here, turn around once, follow this path over there, and then go left around the corner, back there. There is also the transmitter, which you can of course take. It is relatively long way, but if I show it too short, you don't get it. Definitely take the transmitter and then here at this hole produce the energy, so that we can get farther through here in the back. So lead the energy around the corner and then forward here along the wall and over here and all the way along until the station goes on. Then all TVs turn on here. And you can go through here and through this door. Yes, and then you have almost made it. Because in the back left around the corner there is a little crack in the wall. Quickly smash the boards away and then squeeze through here. And there is the next cat in Snow White. Really a pretty creature. And of course we send that back to the cat room. One cat is still missing, namely cat number 10, and we grab that now. It appears relatively at the end, namely when you are already in front of the big church. There, turn left once and first run back here to this, here walk over to the store, the shop, right? So now I messed that up a bit. The cabinet in the back, push it away once, and then you can squeeze through the gap and come out on the other side. Yes, of course there is no power here yet, so we have to switch it on. And we do that here by routing the electricity. Namely, we have to switch on this box here, and then we of course use our weapon and connect the electricity from here over there across. And you see a connection becomes active, and then you go down here and then of course switch the power on, not from the door over there, but here from this part. And bam, then the door opens according accordingly, and you can then also get the last cat here. Go through here once or left back there, and here there is first a core that we can of course take, and the key to the church. Yes, of course we take that with us. And if we now want to go into the church, we first go right again and then use the key here. If we then use the key here, we can go on through and can then pick up the next cat back there on the cemetery in the chapel. That is where the next cat sits. Just walk through here, use the bolt cutters again once, and when you are inside, go right around the corner and immediately through this crack. And then you are over here, and here is the last cat. Thus you have the trophy in the bag. Congratulations, and if you want more, check out the channel. Thanks for your thumbs up and see you next time. Take care, adios and ciao.